From flagship monsters to compact creative tools, the mirrorless camera world in 2025 and 2026 is exploding with innovation. You're watching Alt Buzz, where we break down the specs and the future of imaging tech. Hit subscribe and ring that bell, because what's coming next in this list will change how you shoot forever. At number 10, we have the Canon EOS R50 V. We're starting small but mighty. This is Canon's content creator special, a lightweight APS-C hybrid that launched in March 2025 with one mission: bridge the gap between your phone and your first real mirrorless rig. Think of it as the gateway camera, 4K 60p recording, Canon Log 3 for cinematic color grading, and intuitive face tracking that locks on like a radar system, all packed into a tiny RFS body that fits in your hand like it belongs there. This camera isn't trying to be a flagship. It's not full frame. It won't dominate a professional studio shoot. But for vloggers, for mobile filmmakers, for creators who need pro color science in a small form factor, this is the easiest entry point. Canon understood the assignment here. They built this for the generation that learned photography through Instagram stories and YouTube tutorials. It's approachable, it's powerful enough to grow with you, and it's affordable enough to take the leap. Now let's step up from starter gear to something that blends old school craftsmanship with future-grade engineering. At number 9, we have the Ricoh GR4. The legend of portability is back. Released in September 2025, the Ricoh GR4 is a fixed-lens APS-C camera built for street and travel photographers who live for that one-shot magic. The kind of photographers who walk through rain-soaked alleys at 3 a.m., camera in pocket, waiting for that single frame that captures everything. Inside this palm-sized machine sits a 25.7 megapixel backside illuminated sensor, 5-axis image stabilization, and a fixed 28mm equivalent lens at f2.8. No zoom, no interchangeable glass, just you, the frame, and the world. And that's the beauty of it. No distractions. Pure composition. The GR series has always been about restraint, about mastering limitations until they become strengths. Sure, you're locked into that 28mm field of view, but ask any GR shooter and they'll tell you. That lens forces you to move, to think, to see differently. The image quality punches way above its weight class. The color science is refined, almost painterly, and the form factor means you'll actually carry it everywhere, which is half the battle in street photography. From discreet street cameras to a beast that sits somewhere between cinema and photography. At number 8, we have the Panasonic Lumix S1 II. The quiet powerhouse. Released in 2025, this full-frame hybrid doesn't scream for attention, but it delivers where it counts. A 24.1 megapixel, partially stacked sensor, 6K open-gate recording for maximum flexibility in post-production, and an AI autofocus system that finally rivals what Sony and Canon have been doing for years. Panasonic heard the criticism. They responded. The colors out of this camera are cinematic, not video cinematic. Film cinematic. The kind of colors that feel like they've been hand-graded by a colorist who loves their craft. The in-body image stabilization is rock solid, the kind that lets you hand-hold shots you'd normally need a gimbal for. And if you love slow motion, if you live for those dreamy 120 frames per second sequences, this camera sings. It's heavy. Let's not pretend otherwise. This is a tank, but it's built like one too, designed for filmmakers who mean business, who shoot in conditions that would destroy lesser cameras. Weather-sealed, robust, reliable. The Lumix S1 II is for hybrid creators who refuse to compromise on either photo or video quality. Next, we're going ultra premium, and we're not talking about price tags alone. At number 7, we have the Sony RX1R Mark III, a name we thought was gone forever, Announced in July 2025, Sony resurrected this iconic fixed lens full-frame compact with a vengeance. 61 megapixels of full-frame image quality, a fixed Zeiss Sonnar T-Star, 35mm f2 lens, AI-powered autofocus, and a compact body that feels like holding a precision instrument. This camera is pure photography. No lens swaps, no fuss, no decision fatigue about which glass to bring. Just a stealthy, powerful art-making machine that fits in a jacket pocket. Imagine the resolving power of Sony's A7R V condensed into a premium compact with sharper optics and better low-light performance. That's what this is. Street photographers, travel documentarians, anyone who wants full-frame image quality without the bulk of a system camera, this is your weapon. The limitation becomes liberation. You don't think about gear. You think about light, composition, moment. The camera disappears, leaving only the image. Yes, it costs around $5,100. Yes, you're locked into that 35mm focal length. But for those who understand the philosophy behind it, who value simplicity and image quality above versatility, the RX1R Mark III is a modern classic reborn. Before we enter our top 5, something important. Our website is now live, link in the description below. You can browse trending rumors, exclusive insights, full camera comparisons, and breaking news that doesn't always make it into videos. Join the AltBuzz membership for exclusive behind-the-scenes reports and early access breakdowns. We're building something special here, a community that cares about the craft as much as the tools. Now let's get into the heavy hitters. At number 6, we have the Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III. Color science meets charm. Released in late October 2025, this is Fuji's love letter to everyday creators. The X-T30 Mark III carries a 26.1 megapixel X-Trans CMOS, 4 APS-C sensor, the X-Processor 5 engine, 6.2 K30p video recording, and Fujifilm's legendary film simulation dial built right into the body. That dial is everything. Provia for natural tones, Velvia for saturated landscapes, classic chrome for that timeless documentary feel. Fujifilm understood something other manufacturers forgot. Photographers don't just want accurate colors, they want emotionally resonant colors. Colors that feel like film, that carry memory and nostalgia. The X-T30 Mark III is compact, affordable compared to full-frame alternatives, and tactile in ways that make you want to shoot. Classic dials, physical controls, a camera that feels like an instrument rather than a computer. Advanced subject detection autofocus means it's modern where it needs to be, but the soul of this camera is pure Fujifilm. If you crave nostalgia with modern performance, if you believe gear should inspire as much as it enables, this might be your favorite camera on this list. And if you're vibing with this deep dive, hit subscribe right now. It keeps the channel alive and fuels our next series. We've got so much more coming. Now let's talk about innovation, the kind that bends the limits of what mirrorless even means. At number 5, we have the Hasselblad X2D Mark II 100C. This isn't just a camera, it's a statement. Released in August 2025, the Hasselblad X2D Mark II 100C brings 100 megapixels of medium format magic, 10-stop in-body image stabilization, a LiDAR-assisted autofocus system with subject detection, and Hasselblad's signature color science that makes every frame feel like art straight out of the camera. Medium format changes everything. That 43.8 by 32.9 millimeter sensor captures detail, dynamic range, and tonal gradation that full-frame sensors simply cannot match. 16-bit color depth, approximately 15.3 stops of dynamic range. These aren't just numbers. They're the difference between a photograph and a master print. The 10-stop stabilization means you can handhold this beast in conditions where you'd normally need a tripod. The LiDAR autofocus brings precision focusing to medium format, something that was science fiction just a few years ago. Human and animal subject detection in a medium format body. We're living in the future. But let's be honest, this camera costs around $7,399. It's heavy. It's slow compared to full-frame action cameras. The lens ecosystem is expensive and limited. This is not a camera for everyone, but for high-end commercial photographers, for studio work, for fashion, for landscape artists who chase perfection in print, for anyone who needs maximum image quality and dynamic range, this is it. This is the summit. From ultra detail to ultra speed, our top 4 cameras are where the battle really heats up. At number 4, we have the Nikon Z5 Mark II, the people's full-frame camera. Launched in April 2025 as Nikon's entry-level, full-frame offering, the Z5 Mark II is built for photographers stepping up from crop sensors, for those ready to experience what full-frame image quality really means. 24 megapixels of full-frame backside illuminated sensor power. Nikon's X-Speed 7 processor driving improved autofocus with subject detection for 9 different subject types. 4K 30p recording at full sensor width, 4K 60p with a crop, dual SD card slots for redundancy, and robust in-body image stabilization. Everything you need, nothing you don't. This is the value champion. Nikon colors, Nikon reliability, Nikon's legendary lens ecosystem, all without paying flagship prices. It's not the highest resolution camera, it's not the fastest burst shooter, but it's solid, dependable, and capable. For hybrid shooters who don't need ultra-high resolution, for photographers building their first serious kit, for anyone who wants to enter the Z mount system without emptying their savings account, the Z5 Mark II hits the sweet spot. Now the final 3, the ones everyone's talking about, the ones shrouded in rumor and anticipation. At number 3, we have the Leica Q3, released in May 2023 at $5,995. This is the camera that redefines what a fixed lens compact can be. The Q3 isn't just a camera, it's a philosophy, a commitment to the art of seeing through one perfect lens. Where others chase endless options, Leica chose restraint. And in that restraint, they found freedom. At its heart beats a 60 megapixel backside illuminated full-frame sensor, the same silicon that powers the M11, now paired with a stabilized Summilux 28mm f1.7 lens. No lens changes, no decision fatigue, just you and 28mm of optical perfection. But here's where it gets clever. Digital crop modes give you 35, 50, 75, and 90mm equivalents, all while maintaining exceptional image quality at each focal length. The autofocus finally catches up to the competition. Phase detection meets contrast detection meets depth from defocus in a hybrid system that locks on and doesn't let go. 8K 30p video recording with internal stabilization transforms this photography icon into a legitimate filmmaking tool. The 5.76 million OLED viewfinder feels like looking through glass, while the tilting 3-inch touchscreen, a first for digital Leica, opens new creative angles. Think of it as the ultimate travel companion. Weather-sealed to IP52 standards, wireless charging through the optional grip, USB-C for everything from charging to tethering to direct iPhone connection. The Q3 strips away complexity without sacrificing capability. It's the camera for architects who need perfect lines, street photographers who value discretion, documentarians who can't afford to miss the moment. Yes, $6,295 for a fixed lens camera seems audacious. But this isn't about specs per dollar. It's about a tool so refined, so invisible in use, that it becomes an extension of your vision. The Q3 is Leica's bet that, in an age of infinite options, the most radical choice is choosing less. At number 2, we have the rumored Sony A7 Mark V. The whole industry is holding its breath for this one. The A7 line defined modern hybrid photography. Every generation raised the bar, From the groundbreaking A7 Mark III that democratized full frame, to the A7 Mark IV that blurred the line between professional and enthusiasts. Now the A7 Mark V is poised to rewrite the rulebook yet again. Expected in the first quarter of 2026, the A7 Mark V will likely carry a new 33 to 44 megapixel backside illuminated stacked Exmor-R sensor with faster readout, giving shooters higher frame rates with less rolling shutter distortion. Paired with a BEONZ XR second-generation processor, the camera could deliver 4K 120p without crop and even 6.2K oversampled raw output via HDMI 2.1. Sony may integrate 10-bit 422 color depth across all recording modes, plus the full S Cinetone profile from the FX3 and FX6. But where the A7 Mark V might truly evolve is AI-driven autofocus. Borrowing from Sony's flagship A1 Mark III, it's rumored to feature deep learning subject recognition that doesn't just lock onto eyes, it predicts behavior. Whether it's a sprinter, a bird mid-takeoff, or a bride turning under soft light, the A7 Mark V could anticipate movement before it even happens. Sony is calling this next-generation algorithm Predictive Tracking version 2, potentially capable of recognizing over 20 subject types, including insects, helmets, and even specific gestures. Other rumored features include IBIS with up to 8.5 stops of stabilization, dual CF Express Type A slots, and a revolutionized heat dissipation system enabling extended recording times without thermal cutoff. The new body design, slightly thicker with better button spacing, might introduce a fully articulating 3.2-inch, 2.1 million dot screen optimized for vertical content creators. A quad-pixel autofocus system could replace the older 759-point AF grid, making it nearly impossible to miss focus. For content creators, the A7 Mark V could be the perfect balance, compact yet uncompromising. For wedding shooters and event filmmakers, the low-light ISO performance and rolling shutter suppression mean more usable footage, fewer compromises. For travel creators, dual-gain architecture and better battery efficiency, rumored NPF Z100 Mark II cells promise longer sessions and less gear weight. In short, if Sony pulls this off, the A7 Mark V will become the new hybrid gold standard. The Swiss Army knife of cameras that does everything, everywhere. The one everyone else will measure themselves against for years to come. But there's one camera that sits above them all, the flagship that defines what mirrorless will be in 2026. At number 1, we have the rumored Nikon Z9 Mark II, the crown, the king, the beast, the camera that could push mirrorless technology to its absolute limits. Rumored to arrive in early 2026, the Z9 Mark II represents Nikon's commitment to professional excellence, the uncompromising pursuit of speed, reliability, and image perfection. Inside, whispers suggest a 45 to 48 megapixel stacked CMOS sensor, possibly with a true global shutter, eliminating rolling shutter artifacts once and for all. Imagine silent 1/32 thousandth of a second exposures with zero distortion, perfect flash sync at any speed, and instantaneous readout. Pair that with a dual X-Speed 8 processor system, and you're looking at a machine capable of 40 frames per second RAW or 120 frames per second JPEG continuous bursts with no blackout and deep buffer support for thousands of frames. Video capabilities could be nothing short of cinematic. Expect 8K 120p RAW internal recording, 12-bit NRAW and ProRes RAW HQ, and full support for oversampled 4K from 8K for immaculate detail. Nikon might even partner again with Red Digital Cinema to integrate professional codecs directly into firmware, transforming the Z9 II into a true broadcast-grade camera in a mirrorless body. Enhanced thermal management, a redesigned heat pipe, in dual-vented chassis could allow unlimited 8K recording, finally erasing the thermal bottleneck. Autofocus is rumored to advance into new territory. The Z9 Mark II could employ a deep neural AF engine that predicts subject intent, reading posture, gaze, and velocity to maintain focus even when subjects exit the frame momentarily. 3D tracking version 2.0, auto subject classification, and real-time AI zone switching make it feel like the camera is thinking alongside the photographer. On the usability front, expect a brighter 9.44 million dot electronic viewfinder with zero lag, dual CF Express Type B slots, 5-axis IBIS rated at 9 stops, and a high-capacity ENL 18D battery delivering thousands of shots per charge. Connectivity features like 5 GHz Wi-Fi Pro, 10 gigabit Ethernet, and multi-camera synchronization hint at professional broadcast and sports integration. This is the camera built for those who simply cannot miss the shot. Olympic sports photographers freezing the millisecond before impact, wildlife shooters capturing the predator's leap, cinematographers needing a rugged, no-compromise body that can deliver both stills and motion flawlessly. If Nikon even delivers on half of these rumored specs, the Z9 Mark II will redefine what professional imaging means. It will set the benchmark others chase for the rest of the decade. The kind of camera people talk about years later. Not because of its specs alone, but because of the legacy it leaves behind. And that's the list. The top 10 mirrorless cameras for 2025 and 2026. From budget vlogger setups to rumored flagships that might redefine the industry, each camera here tells a story of where photography and filmmaking are headed. Check the description for our website link, membership details, and exclusive gear comparisons. If you found this useful, drop a comment telling us your pick. And don't forget to subscribe for our next deep dive. The future isn't written yet. It's being engineered in labs, whispered in patent filings, teased in cryptic announcements. We'll be here, watching the shadows, reading the signs, bringing you the stories behind the gear that shapes how we see the world. This is Alt Buzz, signing off with another look at the future of imaging. Until next time, keep shooting, keep creating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.